I guess it's what happens is sometimes your thought process runs in front of what'll happen because you can almost begin to see certain things, you know. It's obviously a lot of happenstance, but if you go back to Toys, which was I thought a very misunderstood movie in its time, it basically talked about, you know, computer-generated warfare with, you know, drones, which was, you know, these remote-controlled, you know, drones that'll fly and blow things up. And, you know, kids with hand-eye coordination, you know, would be doing that, and they don't even understand the consequence because it looked like video games. That was really at the core of the piece, that the so-called, you know, innocuous computer and game can be the real warfare of the future. You know, that somehow that got lost when the movie came out.
Too soon, maybe.
And was, yeah, and it's clear. I mean, it's talked about. The general talks about that. You know, big planes cost too much. Little planes, you know, he says little planes, little things, you know, that blow up. You know, it's cheaper. It's more cost effective. But he was saying in the future that, you know, you can have children do it because they don't understand, you know, cause and effect. And so that was at it. And probably the mistake that I made is because it looked like a cute film, which I thought was the sleight of hand, and the fun of it was misunderstood as being sweet, where I was saying that was the coating on it. And underneath it, it was far darker and far more bitter. And that's what so sometimes you do something, I got, you know, truly attacked on so many levels for that film. But, you know, sometimes you hit on certain things that happen. Sometimes not, when you're trying to be contemporary to what's taking place.
Mm-hmm. Is there any impetus to do another Hollywood-type documentary with the current political climate this year?
Well, you know, somebody asked me about doing it. I said, I don't really know what to do right now. I mean, it's so crazy. I don't know where you go. I mean, we've hit the wall. We've generally hit the wall, and it's the evolution of television and media and its consequences. You know, this couldn't have happened 30 years ago, where we are right now. It couldn't have happened in that way. And so part of it is it's the times we live in, and it's the media world that has been invented. And those things didn't happen. If you go back to, someone told me this story, and here's the evolution of things. When Adlai Stevenson got the nomination, Democratic nomination, and I think it was 52, I think they said. He went out on stage, you know, to accept the nomination, and everybody was like cheering and all that stuff. And one of his campaign people said to his son, "Why don't you go out on stage?" Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but that's the story I heard. "Why don't you go on stage?" And the son went on stage, and there was a big cheering, you know. The father and the son is out there, whatever may be. And apparently afterwards, Stevenson was furious that the idea of exploiting his kid to get applause and whatever, and thought it was distasteful. And now, look where we are.